Jay Crawford, Adam the Bull, Garrett Bush, Dustin Fox, Jason Lloyd, Tyvis Powell, plus, ba-da-da-da-da, you're loving him, Mikey McNuggets. And so many big names, it would take me hours to say all of their names. The ultimate Cleveland sports show starts now. Booyah!
Happy, I was going to say Monday, it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Happy
Welcome to the
Olympics.
Sports Show.
Shout out to the Olympics, man. Shout out to them. I had to get it.
You with the Canadian?
Oh, trader.
Yeah, listen, man.
Yeah, what you got going on?
I didn't even notice what you were wearing.
You do know that, like, women's hockey, like, USA goes against Canada on Thursday for the gold?
I did not know that.
USA been rolling everybody. They just beat somebody 5-0. I think in the total spread of points, I think they scored 32 goals to 1 in the entire Olympics.
So this right here, so I got this as a gift from a follower. So my wife used to live in Lloyd, Canada.
Okay.
So she lived there. They got like, it's almost in the Arctic Circle. So come to find out, when I was doing a blog, somebody said, you said your wife was from Lloydminster. We like, yo, I watch your show all the time. I'm like, you watch, that's crazy. I'm like, how you were just watching it all the time? So they hit me up, I got the information or whatever, and they sent me this jersey. So
that's pretty tight.
I like the jersey.
Yeah,
it's just it's Canada.
I mean,
all right.
I mean, we roll with Canada, right? You know Canada.
You with Drake in there?
You see? Hey, listen. 2 years ago, it was all good. Just a week ago, during World War II, it was good. They sending troops with us now. They gonna make. G. Bush got, and they say, where did you get a black one from?
Right.
Yeah, shout out to them, man.
I ain't got no problem with it.
But I got a World Baseball Classic. I got the World Baseball Classic joint too. I got but that's United States. That's USA. You know what I'm saying?
That's coming up.
Yeah, that's coming up.
Have you watched the Olympics?
I have not been able to watch as much because every year I'm like, I'm locking in. I want to, and I get so busy, I don't have time.
You got to write stories and stuff.
No, not that.
Nah, not no work game. Like I just like life, like
let me tell you,
in general.
Let me tell you about my last 4 days. Saturday we had swimming sectionals at Cleveland State at noon.
How'd she do?
It was for my son.
Oh, I thought it was your daughter.
No, my daughter.
She does volleyball.
Yeah, okay. We were at swimming sectionals. He was awesome. So both of his relays advanced to districts.
Okay.
At Bowling Green.
So you got to keep going.
So we're going to Bowling Green. That's why my schedule's all goofy this week. So I'm not. Well, actually, I am in Friday, but we're leaving Friday right after the show. We're going up to Bowling Green for swimming districts, which swimming's a little bit different than like football. Like regional is the biggie, regional then state.
Yeah.
Well, in swimming, it's district and then state. There really isn't a regional. It goes sectional, district, state. So he missed freestyle by 0.04 of a second. He missed the cut. He was 33rd. They take the top 32.
Dang.
But as a freshman, like and he qualified in backstroke. So he set 2 PRs in freestyle and back. He had PRs in both. So he's going to Bowling Green for both relays. Both relays have a shot at going to state. Like, you can go to state as a freshman.
Yeah, that'd be
it's
really
crazy.
cool, yeah.
And then he's going for back, and he missed free. He don't even care about that. He's like, I can focus on back now, for the most part, backstroke. Mm-hmm. So and then, because, of course, I'm me, so I'm in all the different sectionals, and I'm looking to see, like, where he plays against freshmen. I just want to look at – he's a freshman.
Yeah.
I think he's right around top 10 of the state as a freshman in both freestyle and back.
And then you have volleyball as well this weekend.
And then we went from sectional swimming at Cleveland State directly to Sandusky to Cedar Point for volleyball.
Sandusky?
Yeah, it was out at Cedar Point, the sports complex out there. We had volleyball all weekend. So that was Saturday, that was Sunday, and that was yesterday. It was swimming and a volleyball. That's my OVR sweatshirt. I'm a volleyball dad now. So it does not leave a lot of time for the Olympics. And unfortunately I told my boss, I told him at the Athletic, I said, I'm shutting my phone off. I'll catch you next week. Like, I'm out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We got a whole weekend of the kids stuff. I'll catch you next week.
He want a story out of you.
I mean, I do have. I got some stuff in the works for this. I'll give them 1 or 2 for this week.
And you got some in the chamber.
You got
Cracks me up.
I got a couple. I got a couple in the holster.
I done wrote them a while ago. I got them just sitting there.
That's kind of like blogs, right? Like you do radio now. Like y'all got
some topics in the chamber.
Look, you got just they sit right here.
When it gets slow in May, we got something for you.
Got one in the can. That's right. Yeah, I'll get back to work here this week. I'll give them a couple this week and then head back out for sectional for districts.
So let me ask you this question, because I expect the Cleveland Cavaliers to go to the finals. Will you be at the finals?
See, I got a baseball team I got to coach this summer. But
you done stepped up your whole family game. You doing. I forget your kids is in that age group. Wheelhouse.
We're in the sweet spot now. Right. Like it's go time.
Everybody balling.
So I am coaching again because I coached for years and I took the last couple of years off. And we got a travel team, a 15U travel team this summer we start when the high school season ends. So we pick up Memorial Day. We can't touch them from that sounded gross.
Yeah, that sounds
February
crazy,
23rd. Tryouts, baseball tryouts are next month, a week from today, right? Mm-hmm. Week from yesterday. Next week is baseball tryouts, so we don't have them again until Memorial Day weekend. We get them. So we got tournaments every weekend from Memorial Day through the second week of July. And I told the parents, I'm like, if Cavs are in the finals, we're gonna have a problem. Like we got to figure this out because we have tournaments. We are a tournament only team, so we play tournaments every weekend.
You ain't got no assistant coaches?
None.
Really?
All the dads were like, "Yeah, I'm good. I want to sit in the stands," because they all where I was a couple years ago. They had coached their kids up until now.
Oh yeah.
And this is a brand new team that we've built.
New dudes.
So they're like, "Yeah, I want to take. I just want to be in the stands and be a dad." And I'm like, "I totally get that because that was me the last couple of years." So it's me and then me and then me. And then we'll get like a couple of the kids have like older brothers who played ball in college.
Get Bull out there.
But these are faraway tournaments. We're not playing around the corner.
So these are 2 hours away.
Because y'all rich.
Well, we're down around your area. we go to Akron, Canton for a couple. We're going to Pittsburgh for Father's Day weekend. We'll be in Pittsburgh. And there are a couple around here, but like these aren't.
You
just
know
around
what?
the corner.
Yeah.
Jay Crawford.
Jay would love it.
I know he would.
Jay actually would love it.
Yeah, it would be.
And I've been trying to get him to retire. He been out here.
No. I told y'all in the text, there ain't no retiring from this.
He got to do something more safe.
We gonna do this until we croak.
Like he can't be out here running around here.
Speaking of retire, I lost my phone this morning. That's how I started off 32 yesterday. So I turned 32 yesterday.
And now you're senile.
Yeah, man. I got up this morning. I got dressed. And like I had a hoodie on, but I ain't have my sweats for the hoodie.
Yeah.
So I had to switch my outfit. So I put my phone down, and I put my outfit on this. And when I went to go find my phone, I didn't know where it was at. So I tore the whole house up looking for it. My wife woke up. It's like, what the heck is going on? I was like,
don't you have an Apple Watch?
Yeah.
Hey Siri, find my phone.
No, I couldn't do it
Why?
like that because I had my phone was on silent. So like I couldn't.
It'll still ping.
No, it didn't. My wife was pinging it from her phone. It wouldn't ping. It gave you directions.
Because mine's on silent. Let's see. Oh, you're right. It's not pinging. Why is it pinging? I thought it went like, yeah, there it goes. There it goes.
It didn't do it. My wife was like, she had like directions, like it's pointing me to this direction of the phone. Make a long story short, I had to leave the house without my phone this morning. My wife had to come drop it off to me. It was terrible.
Does your wife have your code to your phone?
Yeah.
All right, just checking.
Yeah,
I just checking.
Ain't nothing in there.
I just checking.
Listen, I ain't got nothing going on. She had code to it. She can see the texts, everything. I ain't got nothing going on in my life. All she gonna see is these group texts from y'all. That's about it.
Well, it's funny because when we were over the weekend, I was going through my pictures and I was like, if somebody hacked my phone thinking like they were gonna get the dirt in my like photo album, they'd be sorely disappointed. Because it's like birthday party pictures, it's swim meets, it's volleyball, and that's it.
There is a time where I think every man, there's a death. You have a couple of deaths. And the first death is when you realize that nobody outside of your wife is calling you.
That's a fact.
And then you realize you have not had a text message from another woman in years. and then there's another realization that even when you do get those, if you get a message or you figure out somebody hit you up and it's somebody like from 10 years ago, because you still got, like, you have you get the death, your stomach just turning. You get confused and be like, hold on, what are you doing? Like, no. Like the Lord looks like he just jumps up and says, hey, bro, what's going on? It's 2 or 3 deaths,
I'll tell
man.
you what it would be like. When the only time you would feel like that is if it's somebody that you haven't talked to in 10 years or somebody that you've previously been with a long time ago, and you in the car listening to music and that name flash up at the bottom and your significant other see it.
So say for instance,
that's the one.
Say for instance, Tyvis, you know, I used to think that I was going to be a practical joker. So say for instance, I hire actress, right?
Okay.
And then I pull up on you and your wife, and then they pull up on you and say, Tyvis, you act like you don't know me, and you like, what are you talking about, bro? You like, I mean, so are we gonna do this? How quickly would you get mad at me?
I look at you. I look at her like she crazy. I'll be like, sweetie, you got me mistaken for somebody else. I don't know who you is.
Well, there was that social media clip of that guy who went around throwing women's hair ties in other guys' cars.
Oh yeah. That's diabolical. What? Oh, that's diabolical. Yeah. Hair ties?
Yeah, just throwing hair ties in dude's car, wrapping around the gear shift of his truck.
That's devastating.
That is dangerous.
And a bottle of old school, a love spell from Victoria's Secret.
Gee, the word diabolical.
Multiple hair ties? That's crazy.
That's dangerous.
You had to go to counseling after that.
Go search it.
We got to dive into some topics,
Gave me the
guys.
cold sweats watching it.
Why would he do that? I got a question at the end of the show I had for you guys now. We'll save it for the end of the show. We may do it in overtime. But we got to dive into topics. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, follow us on social media for some behind-the-scenes content. Liking the show, subscribing to the show costs $0.00. Helps us out a lot in the long run. All right, guys, let's get to our first topic. Right after the show ended yesterday, the Browns made a defensive coordinator hire. Mike Rutenberg is the new defensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns. Bull, yesterday, Jason, you weren't here, but Bull was like, I'll be fine as long as I don't hire Rutenberg. And guess what? They hired Rutenberg. He said it's because he had no prior defensive coordinator candidacies. He had never been a DC.
As a show,
never called plays.
we have to stop.
That was his reason. He did admit he didn't know him. He was just saying, I prefer a guy with some previous
McNuggets,
experience.
You dirty for this because you made him cut a short right after that.
He sure did.
He was like, short. So, Rutenberg.
So, later in the show, we have D. Orlando Ledbetter from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, who covered Rutenberg and the Falcons last year. He'll give us some more insight into the kind of coach the Browns are getting. He's going to join us at 12:30. But Jason, Tyvis, G, and Ty, I'll start with you on this one. What do you make of the hire, Mike Rutenberg getting his first chance to call a defense and run a defense here with the Cleveland Browns?
Well,
do you like it?
First of all, as a show, we're going to stop this. This is our last pick because every time y'all say that, that's who they go with. Every time.
Yeah.
It's been Ty Monken, Mason Graham, this dude. Just stop saying that, okay? Because that's who it's going to be. When I looked at like his background and where he came from and stuff like that, I realized like he was with Jacksonville when Gus Bradley was the head coach there, right? So I was like, oh, I know Gus Bradley's defense, right? Then I realized he was with Robert Saleh with the Jets. So I'm like, oh, he might know Robert Saleh's defense. So ironically, I was like, if that's the case, he's going to come here. If he's going to run that style of defense, then that's similar to what Joe Woods was running because Joe Woods also came from under Robert Saleh. So I'm like, I don't have a problem with it. I was looking at some of the background. He's very good with safety. His safeties is played really, really well. And it made me think about the Caleb Downs at 6 thing, too. I was like, oh, okay, that may be. But, yeah, I know, right? Don't look at me like that. It's a possibility.
We'll talk about that next.
Oh, my Lord.
Possibility.
Jesus.
I just said it's a possibility. But I love the fact that he has an aggressive defense. His secondary plays really well. He's very exceptional when it comes to just talking about getting guys to communicate in that secondary. I love that. And I feel like Now that Jim Schwartz has come in and Miles has broken this record with this wide 9 thing, I feel like as a new defensive coordinator, you have to cater to that a little bit. Like, I just don't think you can get away from something that a guy just broke the record to. So I was looking at the Falcons, like how they lined up last year. I know he wasn't the defensive coordinator, but they had a stand-up DN, and then the other guy had his hand in the ground. I don't anticipate Miles ever being a stand-up DN.
Miles does what he wants.
Yeah.
Exactly, but I don't think that's really what he want to do. Like, I feel like he wants to be in a wide 9 and have that two-way go. So I think it's going to look the same. I like to see what happens in the secondary, though, a little on the back end.
So I got this, me and Mikey's buddy. See, I sound like bull now. One of my buddies, Halim hit me up. He said, yo.
Shout out to Halim. What up, Halim?
He said, yo, G. Bush, he sent me this. Daniel Afusi retweeted this from Blake Williams. And he says the wide 9 attack defense in the NFL, he talks about Jim Washburn did it 28 years ago in Tennessee. And then he talks about that the Pete Carroll tree where they were running the wide 9 attack with the Legion of Boom and match cover 3 and one behind it. I was like, okay, Tyvis, you know what you were talking about.
Come on now.
And then he said he spent his whole career in the system and various evolutions. With the coverage, they decided to play behind the front with the frequency of mix. But he went on to say he's very smart, hardworking. Players love him, and he's developed all-pro players at linebacker and defensive back at their position as their position coach during the where he's been. So to me, I like the fact that, you know, people are saying that they like the wrinkles that he was going to bring. Mm-hmm. He said they talked to him and they said, you know, they run a lot of the base fronts that Jim Schwartz runs, and they still continue to make that a staple, but they were excited with some of the wrinkles and ideas he thought to you know, kind of spruce it up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Now, to be truthful, some of the things that were issues with the wide, now I wouldn't say issues, is they are susceptible to runs. They could get gashed in the run game. We've seen that. Mm-hmm. We've seen that they get gashed with misdirection and jet motions and quick things like that. Yep. So, you know, it's good, it's successful. They got the pieces and parts, but there are ways to attack it. And we saw when the Browns struggled defensively, you would see those things happen with running directly at him, running directly at Mason Graham, using Myles Garrett in the wide 9 attack to get upfield and going underneath and sideline to sideline stuff. So I'd be interested to see what wrinkles he's going to bring, because I do think, whatever the case may be, he has to come with something where he could add something to it. You can't just run the same thing. You got to be able to evolve a little bit.
I don't think he's going to run the same thing. I think, if anything, it might go a little bit more towards what Joe Woods was running. But I was thinking about because Joe Woods' defense was only good for like half a year. It's like first half it was not good. Second half of every year, boom, they took off. So it has some success here. But I remember G. New requested a trade during that time because of the nickel spot. He was like, I don't really want to be in the run fit that much, blah, 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 blah. And I got to thinking about, yesterday I sent y'all the clip where he was doing the breakdown of the nickel and how it's one of the most important things. Mm-hmm. And I started thinking about the Browns roster, and I'm like, that's Miles Harden, I believe, that's playing nickel. Mm-hmm. Is Miles Harden going to be one of the more key pieces in the secondary? And I just don't – he didn't jump off the page to me like that.
What Rudy – and they call him Rudy. I'm calling him Rudy.
Yeah,
that's his
I agree with you.
What he described, I did not picture Miles Harden.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I said the same thing. I'm like, that don't really –
do they have somebody –
because he said this dude's in the run fit, which is back when I was in that system – with Robert Saleh and I was in Seattle, the nickel always was a part of the run fit. So when G. New came out and said that, I laughed because I said, oh, well, you ain't you in the wrong spot because you definitely in the fit. Yeah. And I don't look at Miles Harden as a guy that's consistently wanting to be in there. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like they make all the plays in the world, but that B gap, it's
so
yours.
I don't want to derail this, but in this scheme, is it better to have a safety or a corner be the nickel?
Every time I've done it, it's always been a corner-like body. But it's been like one of them small guys that's physical.
But if you're trying to stop the run, wouldn't that be more
you're going to have to put a safety down there, yeah.
So, if you know, one thing.
Last year, I feel like they did that when they put Rashawn Jenkins in the game. They put that, it was like a 3 safety look. And then I think even with the one guy who retired, Rodney McLeod, they did the 3 safety thing. So they
what about Martin Emerson? He's an outside guy. Tyson Campbell
He's outside.
is outside.
And Denzel, you not putting him in there because he
Nowhere.
one concussion away.
Martin Emerson's out of a job. He's not supplanting Tyson Campbell.
Oh no.
So
Their best bet would be to try to convince Tyson to go into the slide, which
I mean, but
he's
he's
been paid, so it's like he could do it. Is he a good tackler?
I was pleasantly surprised with how well he played last year. Why would you want to mess with that?
I
also
wouldn't.
has a bit of an injury history.
I wouldn't.
I would look. I mean, because if Martin Emerson comes back from the Achilles, right, and he looks like rookie Martin Emerson, where he was putting up really good numbers, you want to have your 3 best DBs on the field.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for coverage reasons.
Yeah.
And if one of them, it ain't going to be Denzel. It's not gonna
that's not happening.
It's not happening. It's not
That's
going
not
to be Denzel. So either Emerson or Tyson, if they can show the ability to be able to be in the run fits or at least set the edge on the defense.
I'm with Jason, man. That Tyson Campbell, that trade, boy, like
But he
you remember that first game we remember he played against Pittsburgh, right?
I told you, I said that he looked good. He just got beat a couple of times, but I was like, I like his technique, and I feel like DK just got some good stuff off. Like DK is a good receiver.
But after that season progressed and moved along, I really thought like, oh, this guy is real. And they end up eventually cutting Greg Newsome, right? Or not releasing him, or not, he's not.
They're not re-signing him.
They're not re-signing him.
He got benched, and I don't think they re-signing him.
I mean, it's just it is definitely a situation where, to me, I really think that I'm gonna ask y'all this question too. How much of this? A 2-part question, even though you're not supposed to do that in the industry.
We can do whatever we want out
Tarver,
G is
Ant
right.
just walked across the back of the set.
yeah, Tarver is.
He should walk out. He should shake everybody's hand, tell them goodbye, pack his stuff, and walk out.
Do you think? Don't amp him up.
What? He didn't
Stop
get the
with that.
job. What?
Is Tarver? Have we heard anything about whether or not Tarver is going to stick around as a linebacker coach?
I would imagine so. Yes.
It's too late in the game to really
be running. He can't pull a Jim Schwartz. Like he
He ain't made no money.
Yeah.
What's he made in his career that he can do that?
So if he had Jim Schwartz money, you would tell him to do
I wouldn't
that?
even. No, I wouldn't even do that. I think
Where's Bull at?
I think there's more to the Schwartz story than has been out there.
Okay.
Meets the eye.
You've been digging.
I don't know. I don't want to say anymore because I don't know what's true and what's not. I don't know yet what's true and what's not. So I don't want to say.
Okay.
But regardless, Jason Tarver ain't made Jim Schwartz money. He never been a head coach.
Man.
Jim Schwartz got the head coach money.
Yeah.
And multiple year coordinator money.
Yeah, and he old too, and he got that pension. He good, like so. Yeah, he's not gonna make that move. So that's the first question. We believe that Tarver will be around.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of him and who's the other guy that interviewed the safeties coach? I think
Ephraim.
Banda.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I think
They ain't
them
going
two
anywhere.
is like locked.
So this
Usually, when you interview for a job, it's not you walk off if you don't get it.
Oh,
Usually.
okay.
and this,
Where's Bull at? Because Bull was all, I'm with Jim Schwartz on this one and all, blah, 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 blah.
and do you think? And I said this.
Real quick, G, I don't think Bull is on that side in this particular instance, Tyvis, for what it's worth. He
He didn't really care like that.
Yeah, like I feel like Tarver.
He's a position coach.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
don't care.
but
he don't care like
because
that.
Bully mentioned this.
it's the same
Bull mentioned it
thing.
yesterday.
No.
It's different, though.
He felt like he
It's
deserved to get the job, and they passed over him for another guy. But yeah, he gonna stick around. What's the difference between that and Schwartz?
Pecking
I
order.
think it's a significant difference.
Pecking order.
It's
So
not.
so okay,
In
like
the grand scheme of things.
so if you, I think that if you are, to be honest with you, it's late in the game. You got a job. You already got the job. You got some money in your pocket. You quit. Where are you going at this point? I think he's just like, no, I'm good. I got the.
Especially as position coach.
Yeah,
I mean, so who still has to fill out like Atlanta have to fill out I'm sorry.
No.
Vegas. Vegas will have to fill out.
They're hired. Yesterday, when the Browns hired Rutenberg, was the 14th and final defensive coordinator job open.
So there are. I'm talking position coach. There are
position coaches.
there are-
Yeah, they'll have to fill out those.
if Tarver were to walk off, which is not happening.
there's just not many open at this
Right,
point.
like
Exactly.
the Vegas has to fill out its staff, right? And beyond that,
I would assume, but everyone else, like I said, 14 new DCs this summer. This was the 14th
that's
hire.
crazy.
And
14. That's almost half the league.
21 offensive coordinator changes, by the way. 21.
And I like the fact that Todd Monken hired his own people, Because when you want to go to war, I said that, I made the analogy, when you want to go to war, you want to get your people together and you trying to start a season, bro, you want people that's going to be loyal to you. Like, he gave Rudy an opportunity. He hadn't called plays and been nowhere. So now he's going to come in there and he's going to be like, I'm thankful that Todd Monken gave me the opportunity to do it. I think sometimes, you may see a name that you want, but I do think that it is an importance to having your own people that you brought in, that know you, that is going to be loyal to what you want to run. So it ain't going to be if the defense start off shaky, all of a sudden you got guys whispering.
Yeah, we want everything to be black and white, right? Right and wrong, correct and incorrect. And there's so much gray area and nuance and stuff like this because I agree. Like, I didn't like the idea. I thought that there was too much risk for a power struggle between Jim and Todd, and we've seen that in Bria time and time and time again. However, obviously Jim Schwartz is really freaking good at what he does.
Yes.
So it's hard to at least for me, it's hard to separate that. Do you want him back or not? Well, yeah, you want him back because of his defensive mind and because his proven track record. He's terrific at what he does. But at the same time, I know what the reputation is, and I know what I've been told all offseason about. Jim can be tough to play with in the sandbox at times. Yeah. And when you've got a first-time coach like this, they might be better off with it going this way, but I don't want to be one of those guys that dismisses Jim's importance because I think he was critically important. It's just sort of messy. There's no clear resolution to this, one way or the other, that is the perfect outcome.
The 3 finalists for the DC job, was all 3 of them not calling defensive plays before? Because Houston's was what? Who was the guy from Houston?
I don't think he called plays.
D'Amico calls plays, doesn't he?
Yeah, D'Amico calls.
So none of them called plays no matter what what decision.
Undlin did when he was in Detroit, and Tarver did when he was the DC at previous stops. So they had called plays in the past. Rutenberg's the one who hadn't had a track record of calling plays in his resume.
Okay. Maybe it's just like for me, like what Jason was saying. You know how to be. Sometimes relationships run their course. Like, sometimes like it's just not a hard issue, and it's not like I don't like you, I don't respect Jim Schwartz. It's like sometimes you could be in a relationship and you say, hey man, we had a great time. We both poured into one another. We both edified. We both put our energy into the relationship. We both grew. Sometimes the relationship just has to go a certain way. Jim Schwartz at one point wanted to be the coach. He put his flag in his hand, said, this is what I want to do. And the Browns like, okay, well, we see us going another place. We would love to keep you where you are. And he's like, no, that's not what I'm. And so sometimes, people grow and Jim Schwartz is still a damn good defensive coordinator.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's not to be missed. But also, I can understand why Monken wants to start his own new fresh legacy and do it his way.
I also think as good as Jim Schwartz was, I still think that this defense had room to grow because
I agree.
You believe in 23 when he first jumped on the scene and it was this historic defense and all that. We always talked about how on the away games it never traveled.
Yeah.
So that was the knock that year. Even last year, the knock was once Malik Collins went down, the run game fell to bed, which that's to be expected when you ain't got a top defensive tackle in there. But they also didn't get takeaways last year. That was another thing. So if Rudy can come in here and have a good away defense and maybe it don't have to be necessarily number one, but if it fixed certain spots where they're getting takeaways now and they're on the away games, they can really play well as they play at home. Those are areas that needed to be improved. So we're gonna miss Jim Schwartz because of what he started here, but hopefully Rudy can bring an extra element, put another thing in their bag to make this defense a little bit better.
This is a great job. It's a very good job that he's walking into, and there's a lot of pressure on him because the bar has been set. And if it goes down, he's the one catching the blame.
He's gonna catch them strays.
Mikey.
G, you did an Ultimate Brown show yesterday talking about what the defense might look like under new defensive coordinator Mike Rutenberg. It's on our YouTube page. Make sure you go check it out under the Ultimate Browns tab. All right, guys, with Mike Rutenberg in play, the Browns, as Tyvis mentioned, may be looking a little more closely at Caleb Downs at number 6. Rutenberg has had a terrific track record of developing defensive backs and safeties. Xavier Watts made the All-Pro team as a third-round rookie this year for the Atlanta Falcons under Rutenberg's tutelage. If you look at Caleb Downs, his resume is incredibly impressive. He's the number 1 defensive back prospect in the 2026 class. That is consensus across the board, regardless of which draft expert you prefer to look at. He was a 2025 Jim Thorpe and Lott Trophy winner. He's a 3-time All-American. He's a Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. He won the national championship with the Buckeyes.
Go Bucks!
In 2024. Ty, I'll start with you as the former Buckeye safety yourself. A, what makes Downs such a special, unique prospect? And 2, with all the holes on the offense the Browns have, no offensive lineman under contract, one, and for being generous, one receiver, not including a tight end in Harold Fannin. Question marks all around the board. Could they afford to use the number 6 pick on a safety if they do believe Caleb Downs is a special one-of-one kind of player?
Could they do it? Absolutely. Should they do it? I don't know. But I tell you this, Caleb Downs probably is the best defensive player in this draft. You know, if you go around and you ask a bunch of people, I think that you would say, yeah, he is the number one for sure, guaranteed to hit prospect. And I think it's funny because if you get Caleb Downs, right, like, I understand Ronnie Hickman is a restricted free agent. By the way, thoughts out to him. I don't know what you got going on in New York and whatnot. We got to get him some friends to be around him to throw some bows and stuff when people try to jump you. But that's a whole nother story for another day. If you're going to keep Ronnie Hickman, right, or if you're going to move on from Ronnie Hickman, my problem is the Grant Delpit aspect because Caleb Downs to me is too good of a safety to just put in the post. Like, I'm not, and we're going to play this one high look.
There you go.
I'm not putting number 2 in the post, and that's it. That's not his, he's
go.
fine. Trust me. He'll make a bunch of plays there,
go.
but you're diminishing exactly the type of player he could be. He needs to be in the box around the ball. That dude understands the game. He's like a smaller version of a Kyle Hamilton or Nicky Manwari. Like that type of, that's what he is. You got to utilize him like that. The dude plays multiple positions. He says he's a safety, but he can play linebacker, all of these things, and he's so smart. If you're only going to take Caleb Downs and put him in the post, then to me that I would draft Carnell Tate or whoever you want to take outside of that, because that's not what you're supposed to do with him. But if you're a guy who's creative, like if you're going to use him as a nickel role and all of those things, sure, he'll absolutely be a huge asset to that defense, and you'll be strengthening up something that one of your strengths already. I do think we have bigger fish to fry when it comes to receiver and lineman, but if they took Caleb Downs, it's not the end of the world to me because you're getting the best defensive player in the draft, and that's not putting my biases in it. That's an unbiased opinion.
G.
Man, look, so let me start off by saying I agree with Tyvis in terms of what Caleb Downs is. Caleb Downs is a monster. I want y'all to get this straight. I want y'all to get this together. I need you to understand what I'm saying about him. He's athletic. He loves football. He's instinctual. He's a great tackler. He watches film. His awareness is crazy. He understands where the ball is going. He's a leader. He's as good as they come at safety. Is good. And by the way, you just need to know, if you got the number 2 at Ohio State, you're pretty good. Malcolm Jenkins, Mike Doss, Caleb Downs. If you catch that number 2, you pretty good. So for me, if you a team that is in a luxury mode where you looking to solidify your defense and you got Caleb Downs, I would have no problem with you taking him anywhere within even as high as the number 4 pick. Now, traditionally, safeties don't go that high. Sean Taylor went 5. Ed Reed went in the 20s. Troy Polamalu, I believe, went 12 to 14. Ronnie Lott was in the first round, but nowhere near the top 10. So for me, you look at it, you got to find the value in it. So a team that needs a piece that's a piece away, I think he gets plug and play, and he's going to be a monster. The problem is, Tyvis pointed out the redundancy. They did play Grant Delpit, and a lot of people say that Caleb Downs has tremendously more upside than what Grant Delpit even has. But the problem is, I can't draft him at number 6 and then have him playing in the parking lot the way they did with Peppers. I remember we drafted Peppers in the first round, and we was like, yeah, we gonna get a punt returner, we gonna get a guy that could take Jaleel Peppers, and they had him, Greg Williams had him playing the post safety, dropping back into coverage. And you're like, what are we doing with this? This cannot happen with him because you got a position right now. Andrew Berry just talked about it. He said it when he was talking to Nathan Kinziguro. He said, in 2020, when we got here, our whole focus was to put guys around Baker Mayfield and get this offense together. The defense was lacking. Anybody had eyes knew that our defense was trash, and it was paper mache back there. He said, I think we are in a position now where everybody knows what we need. Everybody understands that the offensive side is the priority. I would love to take Caleb Downs. There's a great Bailey. I would like to take Ruben Bain. I love all those guys. Arvell Reese is great.
Go Bucks.
But I cannot take a defensive player over Cardinal Tate or Jordan Tyson. I just can't do it. If you're in a position to take a premium guy that's going to make your offense jump and just put him in, you're better. Just start him, he's better. I can't look at a defensive player that early. Now, if you want to convince me later in the draft, like if you really want to convince me about the second pick, but I still need linemen too. I just can't go in with the deficiencies, Jason, and take, even though he's a tremendous player, I can't justify it.
Ultimately, it really comes down to free agency. If they make some moves and some trades at, a line or a receiver or something like that, and then it opens up the conversation of taking the best player available at the spot. But right now, given the current state of where we're sitting, it's hard to do that.
So the first thing I thought of when I read the question, I don't know why my mind went here. My mind went to 2001 and Ed Reed. And that year, 2002.
Yeah.
Reed was drafted in 2002. The 2001 season, the Browns were 7-9, and they were 3 years into existence. They were trying to put the wheels on this thing. They felt like they were going the right direction. They had the worst running game in the NFL. I went back and looked. Dead last in the league in rushing yards. Their two leading rushers were James Jackson and Jamel White, and together they did not combine for 1,000 yards. It was dreadful. So what did they do in the 2002 draft? They drafted William Green. It made perfect sense. They filled a need. They filled a need. They got the number one running back on the board in that draft. Who would you rather have today as a Cleveland Brown, William Green or Ed Reed?
Eduardo.
It's not even close. It ain't even close.
Reed.
So that's why, like, this team needs talent, period. Yes, ideally on the offensive side of the ball, of course. I was screaming that last year. You have to take offense. So for Andrew Berry to sit down now and say, everybody knows where our focus is, it should have been the focus last year too.
I mean,
you had a horrendous offense last year. What did I say all year? What did they do? They had a horrible offense last year, and they spent their top 2 picks on defensive players. So why can't they do? What's to say they're not going to do it again?
That's the suicide.
If it is a generational player,
well, he did.
If
he wasn't on record.
If you think,
last year he wasn't on record saying.
All right. Well, he also sang the praises of Travis Hunter as being a generational player, and then they traded out of it. They said they're going to carry 4 quarterbacks until he did. Like, you can't pay attention to anything you say. But if you think Caleb Downs is a generational player, how do you pass on him? Regardless of what else you have. Because that's how you wind up. That's how you wind up with William Green instead of Ed Reed.
You remember the conversation you just asked me about when we look at the nickel position, because it's a very important position. Mm-hmm. You just asked me, who would you put?
Yeah. So and
here's why.
You can put him, Ronnie,
here's why.
and Grant. That's not bad.
This is suicide. Here's the reason why. If you look at what the Cleveland Browns have defensively, they're pretty good now. You draft Caleb Downs, say they even get better. How many points a game they give up? What?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Where were they in points given up?
18, 20, 14?
Yeah, they were middle of the pack in points allowed. We'll pull it up real quick. But
So-
they were 14th exactly.
So you know, let's look at that 14. Say they drop that down. They in the top 5. They didn't get Caleb Downs. They in the top 5. Right? Mason Graham looking good. Carson Sweatshirts still nice. Everything good.
Tell me JOK came back.
Bring him on back. If we gonna get Dungeons and Dragons, 85 Bears. Let's go ahead and bring everybody back. Everybody let the party keep cooking. The problem you got is
Can't score no points.
when them points don't get to scoring, they gonna turn around and look at Andrew Berry and say, "Hold on, Andrew, you said that Kevin Stefanski was the problem. Remember? You didn't get Kevin Stefanski no weapons and he got fired. You said that you had a defense that was ready to go. Your defense is better, but the problem is you ain't been able to score no points in about 4 years now. Let's look at your receivers. You drafted Anthony Schwartz and David Bell and Cedric Tillman. What do you got to show
They
for
still
it?
got another one at 24.
And your line game is terrible. If he drafts Caleb Downs and they don't make the playoffs, not only if they don't make the playoffs, if they don't make the playoffs and the offense don't look good, he's already signing his note right then. Because they're going to tell you, Jimmy said it wasn't good enough to have 5 wins. He also said they should get more out of the offense. You also brought in Todd Monken, who was an offensive coach, just to go Mason Graham, Caleb Downs.
So let me ask you this.
Rap.
All right, let me ask you this. Let's play devil's advocate. What's the boy from Green Bay, the left tackle that's free agent?
Rasheed Walker.
Let's go with Rasheed. Let's say they sign Rasheed Walker. Right?
Cash him out. All right, go ahead.
Stop with that. Let's say they get him, and let's say they pick up a free agent like Christian Kirk, wide receiver Christian Kirk. Would you feel a little? And then at 24, they gonna take, because the 3-headed monsters is gone. We know.
They off.
Tyson Tate and Makai Lemon is gone. So you got what's our other dude that we like?
Casey
Concepcion. Let's say they get him or Denzel Boston, because everybody just for some odd reason think he's great. What if they take him at 24? Would you be okay with them taking Caleb at 6? Let's say they made them moves in the free agency. They signed Rasheed Walker and Christian Kirk, because I don't think he's gonna be expensive like that.
So,
and now with 6, would you be comfortable with them taking Caleb if you know at 24 they're gonna take a receiver?
I would be comfortable. I would see your offer, but they would have to give me one more offensive lineman. I need
second
2.
round.
No. I need a veteran now.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not going to be able to, if I can't get to the top of the food chain, I need 2 veteran starters. Mm-hmm. If you gave me 2 veteran starters,
but that's not fair, because even if you take a receiver, if they take Tate at 6 and a dude at 20, like that still ain't.
But that's a premium.
Oh,
I know what I could get from Cardinal Tate today.
The only way I'm advocating Downs is he can't just be the best defensive player in the draft. That's not good enough. He has to. You have to believe as an organization, this is a generational player. He's going to Canton one day. He has that type of potential. He has that type of. I'm not sitting here saying they need to take a safety. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you believe, it goes back to the quarterback thing that I said last year. I'm paying you for your evaluation. I don't care what anybody else says. I want to know what you think. And if you're telling me this dude is a generational player who is a game changer, who's going to swing games like Troy Polamalu would, like Ed Reed would, if you're telling me that's that type of player, I want that type of player on my team. I don't care about what else we do or we don't have, because this team needs talent.
If you was to put your eggs in one basket on yes he will be or no he won't be, what would you say? If you was making the decision.
If I was making the decision, well, thank God I'm not an NFL talent.
Because they're paying you for your decision.
Well,
what is your decision?
I'm stealing their money, and I'm going to go lay on the beach when they fire me.
To Jason's point real quick, and we talked about this with Mason Graham last year, defensive tackles typically don't go that high.
No.
Mason was only the 5th defensive tackle drafted in the top 5 in the last 15 years. Safeties that go as high as number 6
Jamal
are even
Adams.
more rare than defensive tackles that go 5.
It's Sean Taylor. I think it's only Sean Taylor.
No, Jamal Adams did. He went like 4th or 3rd.
Jamal Adams went 6th in 2017.
6.
Eric Berry went 5th in 2010. And Sean Taylor went 5th in 2004. Since the turn of the 21st century, those are the only 3 safeties drafted in the top 6 or higher. The highest drafted safety ever. Do you guys know who that is?
Tyvis Powell.
And
I'll give you a hint. I'm not asking because it's random. It has a tie back to Cleveland.
Charles Wilson.
Before I was born.
Don Rodgers?
No.
Before you was born. Well, if it was before
In 91, the Browns took a safety 2nd overall.
Eric Turner. Eric Turner.
He's the highest drafted safety ever. So, historically speaking,
and he was good.
Downs, if he's taken with the 6th pick by the Browns, would just be the 4th safety in the 21st century taken that high. And to Jason's point, if you are going to go against the odds of taking a non-premium position at that rate, you better get a generationally good player. You can't just be good.
Right. That's
great is even the layer. He has to be incredible.
If you're telling me Caleb Downs is the best defensive player in the draft, okay, cool. Well, what else is there? Because this team needs a whole lot on offense. If you're telling me he is generational and they will be making a bust of him one day, if you believe that strongly, then you have to have that conversation. I don't see how you don't.
The conversation will need to be had. The conversation will need to be had because, you just have to do the due diligence. But if you get him, he must be, I'm not even generational. You might want to just tell people that we're trying to be the 2001 Ravens.
The 85 Bears.
Yeah, 85. You have to come out.
People eaters.
Yeah, you have to come out and say, you guys aren't going to score on us. And we're going to tell you we're going to draft him. We'll find some other guys, but you're not going to beat us, on offense.
We're going to run the ball. Kenneth Walker not getting franchise tag in Seattle, so there you go.
There are
He on the market?
There are plenty of avenues to find talent, right? The Browns just don't seem to ever be able to figure it out. But there is free agency. There is a second first-round pick. There is a high second-round pick. I mean, look at what they found with Schlesinger in the second round. Nobody ever saw that coming. When we were sitting here having these shows a year ago, nobody ever mentioned his name.
At all.
So there are plenty of different places to find value and talent besides. I mean, honestly, you said, what would I do at 6? If I'm being totally honest, I'd probably trade down.
If I could get the trade down,
That's
I would
probably
too.
what I would do.
And then what?
And then see, here's the problem.
No, you trade down to how far you
Well,
willing
that's
to go.
a conversation you have to have because usually with trade downs, and the Browns bucked this last year. The last year was the anomaly. It wasn't the norm. To have a team come up and give up as much as they gave up in a non-quarterback year when you weren't trying to get a quarterback, I said it the night of our draft show. The Browns knocked that trade out of the park. It was a phenomenal move to get the value that they got for 2 because Jacksonville wasn't coming up to get a quarterback. Well, you're in the same spot now. You're at 6, not 2, so there's less value there. And it's not a quarterback, more than likely, that a team is coming up to get.
But what if Caleb
that's
Downs?
going to hurt the value.
If Caleb Downs,
if a team can
That's
view
not true, 'cause
Caleb
if Ty
Downs,
Simpson go out there and light it up, so they might fall in love.
you might be right. That's why I said right now, as we sit here, it's probably not a quarterback. But it's February 17th. We haven't been to the combine yet.
Next week.
Yeah. So my gut reaction, my initial reaction right now is because this team needs so much talent and there are so many needs, I would trade down from 6, try and acquire another one for next year. Depending on how far down you have to go to do that. I'm just ideally, I would probably try and trade down.
For me, Tyvis, in my heart of hearts, I got to come away with either 1 of 4 players. I got to either have Lemon, Tate, Tyson, or McNuggets. That's it. I got to have one of them. If you were sitting at 6, they're there. You can get any one of them at 6.
We said the same last year. It was we needed to come away. If you got the number 2 pick,
that's crazy.
It was Carter,
Hunter,
and probably Shador.
And he was still in the mix.
And Mark Cam, because at that time we wasn't 100%.
The debate was Carter or Hunter.
Yeah.
That was the debate we had.
And we walked away with neither one of them.
Or a quarterback of choice.
So,
right.
So you sitting here saying what you said.
I got to have it, though.
They ain't going to have neither one.
No. Hey, listen, I'm the same dude. Because Jason was saying that. And last year, I was over here crying. I was over here crying.
They bet not take Mason Graham.
They bet not do it.
Pick,
Man, I was hurt.
Mason Graham.
I was hurt, bro. I was seriously hurt. And now you coming back, and you know we need. This is the problem. With drafting a defensive player feels good. It's just like cheating on your diet. Hey, that chocolate cake, that first bite tastes so good, and then halfway through you like, I don't know why I just did this. I done ruined my whole diet for this little piece of cake, and it ain't even that good. A defensive player is cool when you draft them and you start thinking about it. But the second they get out there and whoever behind center, Shador drop back 3rd and 17 and Jerry Jeudy drop a dime, you going to feel sick to your stomach because you going to say, it could be Cardell Tate. It could be Tate out here.
It only will hurt if they don't get one of them, and they could have, and they light it up. That's when it's bad.
Yeah, because
a lot of people wasn't really mad off the Travis Hunter thing
because he got hurt. But I need something. I gotta have one of them. Yeah, we'll see.
It's more likely that they probably go. Why you didn't put it out there in the atmosphere? And every time you do,
I need to shut up. I was worse than that 4,500 with Deshaun Watson. Shut your mouth, boy. 4,500.
Has he thrown for 4,500 since he's been in
Nope.
Cleveland?
He has not.
3,300.
3,800.
No.
Let's pivot, talk a little Cavs, guys. Coming this week, Jason and I will do an Ultimate Cavs show before they're back in action on Thursday. Might do a little something tonight with some other Cavs content creators on the interweb. Jason, you're off the hook, so be tuned for that. Could be coming tonight, but Jason and I will definitely do an Ultimate Cavs show before the Cavaliers tip off their second half of the season on Thursday against the Brooklyn Nets. Speaking of the Cavs, we have a bunch of fence riders to get to. We're going to do half of them today and half of them tomorrow with 2 different panels. So we're going to split up. We have 5 questions we're going to answer today in the no fence rider style, all involving your Cleveland Cavaliers. And most of these are pretty damn split down the middle. Let's start with the first one, though. The Cavs have 27 games left. Will they win 18 of them? Go 18-9 over the final 27 games. 12 of these 27 games, by the way, come against teams that you can put in the tanking classification, which bodes well for the Cavs in their position to up their playoff seeding. I said most of these were close. This one was not. Dustin's the lone no on this side. Everyone else, which is a bit scary here, guys, including our friend Zach Jackson, believe the Cavs will win at least 18 of their final 27 games. Gee, why do you feel so confident this team will go at least 18-9 over their final 27?
Because Donovan Mitchell and James Harden is against the clock. Right? They understand their goal is to get on the same page. And the cool thing about James Harden is the fact that he just consistently plays. One of the reasons that the Cavs really never seem to get what they need to get going in the postseason is they're always looking to see, let's get Garland back. Let's get Mobley back. Hey, let's see if we can get our Max Strus back. Let's see if we can get back into rhythm, figuring each other out. Nah, bro. We ain't got no time for that now. And now James Harden is going to be playing consistently. You still need to get Evan Mobley back. I'm starting to lose hope for Max Strus. We had no updates on that man. But the reason why I do believe that they'll win that many games is because I think, and trust me, I'm sorry here, but Jared Allen, man, I mean, touche. Shout out to you, Jared Allen. You are here looking like a science thug. You are being thuggish around the basket. You are finishing. You are getting the ball.
Thuggish, ruggish.
Thuggish, ruggish Allen. He is cooking. Now, we need cornrow. If we can get cornrow Allen with the boondock braids going straight back, bro, that's elite.
Them straight
backs, boy. Them straight backs. But the way he's playing, he's like, oh no, Evan Mobley, stay over there real quick. I'm rolling down the lane. I'm getting my money off. I'm out here cooking. And I think the fact that James Harden has a different type of game and a different style of game where now people can figure it out. I was a little worried about Jalen Tyson because he started to have the ball a little bit more when Garland was out. But I like that he came back shooting and knocking down shots. Sam Merrill, 9-3. So to me, I just like the synergy and the way they playing. And they play open, and then at the end of the game, you know what it is. Let's run that two-man action. They ain't even start to get into two-man action with the pick and rolls yet with Harden and Donovan Mitchell. Like, when you start running the small pick and roll, it's going to be devastating out here. So I'm excited because I think that they have a little bit of pressure on them right now to get this thing ramped up so that when they do get in the playoffs, they are now getting it down where they can be consistent.
Ty.
I said yes, but the only pause that I have on it is I still got to see how the Evan Mobley piece fits in because I need Evan to be able to be an outside shooter that gives Allen the space to operate in that paint like that. I love the fact that them two got that chemistry being going big to big passing, but I got to see it. It's been a while since I've seen it, so right now it looks good when Evan's not in there and they got a good game plan. I have to see what it looks like when everybody's healthy in that rotation. But I do think ultimately G's right as far as, you got James Harden and Donovan and those two guys in crunch time. No matter what the circumstances is, them two find a way to get it done. And I think ultimately that's why I'm confident they will win 27 games or whatever it is?
18-9.
Yeah. 18-9.
Over the last 27.
That's easy.
Yeah, I mean, so it's 667 winning percentage. Only 3 teams in the league have had that percentage all year. But you're only asking to do this over a third of the season. and the schedule sets up really well for them, as Mike alluded to. That's why I went with yes, the schedule. They play a lot of teams that aren't interested in winning right now, which plays right into the Cavs' hands. If they can stay healthy, which we always say about this team, then I think, I think they got a real good shot. And I don't know if you're doing the seed question today or tomorrow. So
seed questions tomorrow. I split them up intentionally.
Then I'll stop there. But I think that they got a little bit of room to
incentive as well.
Yeah. They can climb the ladder pretty quickly in the East standings.
All right, next one, and I'm going to go first because I'm on the opposite side of the fence as all three of you, but I am not alone. The question is, will James Harden record more than 2 triple-doubles before the playoffs begin? That's 27 games. He has to record 2. This season, he's only recorded 2 in total. Here's the results. I said yes. Jay said yes. Dustin said yes. And G also did say yes to this one. Jason, Earl, Ty, Bolt, and Zach said no. G, I forgot you were on the yes side of here. But let me give you my reasoning here first before you guys try to tell me I'm wrong when I won't be wrong on this one. In 3 games with the Cavaliers, Harden had 23, 8-2, 22, 10-7, and 13, 4-11. You know the points are going to be there. The assists, I think, are only going to go up. I did a little Harden IQ breakdown. It's on our YouTube page, about 4 minutes long. He sees the game so well, and as some of these guys learn to play off him better, I believe the assists will be there. It comes down to the rebounding. And as much as we have liked the growth of Jared Allen playing alongside James Harden, as much as over the last couple of years we've seen the development of Evan Mobley, neither of those two are elite rebounders. And with the Cavs shooting as many threes as they have and playing as many bad teams as they're going to play, there's going to be a lot of long rebounds because a lot of guys are going to miss 3-point shots. The long rebounds tend to favor Harden and the guards. He's been a triple-double machine throughout his career. He's top 5 all-time in triple-doubles. I think he ends up getting at least 3 over the final 27 games. Not necessarily 45, 17, and 12 kind of triple-doubles, but give me a 22, 11, and 10. I think it happens. Tyvis, you said no.
Yeah, I said no because I think he'll probably get 1. I think due to the fact that they're playing a bunch of scrub teams that has no interest in winning, they'll have blow them out, and he will sit out of a lot of those games in the fourth quarter, giving the young guys a lot of chance, so he won't be able to have the time on the court to be able to get those triple-doubles. And I just think that getting Evan Mobley back and having Jared Allen, I think it's going to be a heavy emphasis on those 2 guys getting those boards, especially Jared Allen as of lately been doing a really good job of getting those rebounds. So I just think that he's going to fall short. I think he's going to get closer a lot of times, but I think he's going to fall short.
I think he'll get it, but it'll be the manageable triple-doubles. It's going to be give me 15, 11, and 10. Give me 21, 13 and 10. Like, it ain't going to be no up top. Like, he ain't going to get the Jokic joint where he gets 42, 15, and 20. Like, nah, but those still count. I do want to ask this question because you did mention something that kind of sparked my interest in terms of the rotations. I think it's going to be fascinating to see how Kenny rotates this because during the regular season, usually when you know a team and you know players, you understand where your rotations and how you want to move them and bring them in. Mm-hmm. I'd be interested to see how this thing works in games where you got Harden and Mitchell. How do you stagger them? How does he know when? All right, we need to leave James out here, or we got to keep both of you out here, or when, what I'm saying? How does that evolve in games where you don't really, if you are playing teams that aren't that good and you are up 20, how do you work on those rotations?
Feel, rhythm, seeing who works with whom, throwing something out there, experiment with it, see what it looks like. If it looks great, great. If it doesn't, well, then you can mix and match as you go. That's what these last few games are for. I went with no only because, it won't shock me at all if he has 2 triple. It won't shock me if he has 5. I just don't think it's a priority right now. I think he's got – a lot of times guys hunt triple-doubles.
Yeah.
And I think he's got more pressing issues to worry about in terms of fitting with the new team and finding rhythm and getting guys involved. And as we talk when Mobley comes back, figuring that all out. I just don't think triple-doubles are top of mind for him.
Does it seem – to me, I don't know, maybe I get this. It seems like he's just coasting. Like
James?
Not coasting like in a bad way. Yeah. Like he has a lot more. Yeah. Like is there another level to his playoff game?
I think he's sitting back waiting to see what this team needs and where he can fit. I don't know if that makes sense or not. I hear what you're saying because LeBron used to say that about like game 1 of every series is a feel-out game.
Yeah.
Well, I think is a feel-out game for the series. Well, James is probably, I'm guessing here, in sort of the feel-out mode of this trade of just trying to see who can do what.
Right.
How can I help J.A.? How can I help Donovan? How can Donovan help me? Where do I fit? And then, again, they still have to introduce the Mobley piece, the Strus piece to this. So I think that there probably is a level of, I have all of these tools in my toolbox. What does this team need? What do I need to bring? And that's what, they got off to a great start. It looked better right away than I thought that it would because I said, like, you might need to give them 15, 20 games, figure this out. Might go all the way to the playoffs, figure this out. It looked like they looked pretty natural playing together, Donovan and James right away. Not to say it's not going to get bumpy at some point. So I just think that they're just trying to feel each other out and see who can do what.
McNuggets, do you think it's a better basketball fit with Harden and Mitchell rather than Garland and Mitchell? Or is it too close to tell, or not too close, but too early to tell?
It's too early to tell. I'll give you the real quick, I think, differences. I think Darius and Donovan played more into what Kenny's offense is built off of. Like, Darius can run pick and roll, but he's also a motion guy. When Harden has it, it's a lot more standstill. He wants to run pick and roll with everyone being stationary so he can read the defense. I think you can find ways to utilize both in the playoffs. A lot of times it comes down to, can one guy get you a bucket late in a game when the defense is way more focused? And in that regard, James Harden and what he does is probably a better option. And then from a defensive standpoint, teams are still going to attack Harden. But unlike when they attacked Garland, they can't just put a 6'7" guy on a switch down to the post. Like, Harden may not be a great point of attack defender. The dude's built like a tank. Jason, I don't know if we talked about this, but after seeing him up close and personal on Wednesday, he's huge.
Yeah.
Like, he's not chiseled. It's not like it looks like he's built out of marble like some other NBA guys do, but his shoulders are broad. He's, like, wider than you expect. And he's always been a good post defender. So if
Don't look at me like that.
I mean, he's a larger human being than I gave him credit for, even though you see him listed at like 6'5",
Yeah, 6'5".
210, like big dude. So teams won't be able to just switch and put him down in the post and attack that mismatch like they did in the past defensively, which we saw the Cavs get killed on against Boston at times.
That wasn't even that bad. What is
Yeah,
going on?
I intentionally didn't use like
He intentionally didn't even go to thick. I thought he was going to go thick. He didn't even say thick.
I was about to.
why?
He said why?
Yeah.
Tyvis is just a child.
Tyvis, 32, you're not trying to
Tyvis' whole face was quivering. I was like, is he having a stroke? He tried to hold it in. It was like,
Don't look at me like
he was moving around. He moving.
I intentionally used words that were not going to be misconstrued in that way. But all right, next fence rider, guys. Will a Cavalier not name James Harden record a triple-double this season? Will a Cavalier not name James Harden? Donovan's never had one in his career.
That's crazy.
Evan Jarrett might get close. It could be any kind of triple-double. No. Earl, Jay, and Dustin said yes, someone on the Cavaliers will. The rest of us said no. Jason, because we're all in agreement on the panel and with me, tell us why the answer is no. We'll move on to the next.
Sort of the same reason I gave about James. I just don't think that that's top of mind for a lot of these guys right now. It's not about chasing individual stats. It's about trying to put together a team that can win a championship. And again, I'll give the same answer. Wouldn't shock me if somebody gets one. If Jarrett gets a couple or if Evan gets a couple, it won't really surprise me. I just think that there's just more important things for these guys to be worried about right now than running up stats.
J.A. be getting assists like that.
Who?
Jared Allen.
He's.
I mean, one game he could.
Yeah. Nah, he ain't.
Has he ever had 10 assists?
No. 10 assists.
Hold on.
Ain't nobody.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if anybody would be able to do it, it'd be Mobley. He's a good passer.
But Mobley about to go back to the old Mobley. He's gonna be right up there, high pick and roll Mobley.
No, he has never had 10 assists.
Yeah,
But he's gotten close in blocks.
Do you think? I don't know what Mobley's usage was, but I would assume Mobley's usage went down from the beginning of the season when they was trying to run things through him. Now that you got two ball handlers, I think that you're gonna have the ball later in the shot clock. I think Mobley's usage could be even lower than it was, and I think that where he gets the ball and touches, it'll be different from where he's. I wouldn't say accustomed to, but I don't know if he's going to have the ball enough to get 10 assists. I don't.
Evan?
Yeah.
I mean, I said no.
Yeah.
But I
make the case?
I think he could. I think he could. Yeah, I think.
Can I make the case?
Yeah, of course.
So one of the things that I'm fascinated to see is how they play the two bigs together, right? And Jason and I kind of talked about this last week. If you're going to use the two bigs together, I think Mobley's the one that's utilized in the actual screen and roll with Allen as your baseline dunker, and that puts Mobley in the high post. And if dudes can make shots around Mobley and they get hot on a particular night where he's catching high post, the defense collapses to Allen, he's kicking to the corner with Merrill, Tyson, Don, whoever. He's had a bunch of games with over 10 potential assists. If he gets a night where everyone seems to make his shots, I don't think 10's out of the question for him.
You know what's so crazy that you said that? Maybe I'm going to be in a prisoner moment, and please tell me. You might be able to get me up out of here later on, because if you guys will rewind the tape if he says this. I'm about to say this. Is Jared Allen's touch around the basket a little better than Mobley's?
It's not close.
I feel
It's way better.
Yeah,
It's way better.
say absolutely.
It's way better.
I feel like around the basket from floaters.
I mean, Evan's numbers in his career around the basket are not great.
So for me,
And Jared Allen's are historically good for what it's worth.
for me, I'm like, well, in that case, if maybe I want Evan Mobley to be the duck in guy, because if I run pick and roll, I know Jared Allen can hit the teardrop. I know he got a nice little touch, and I think he shoots free throws better than Mobley, don't he?
Yeah, but he's not the passer from that spot that Mobley is.
Yes, I'll agree with that.
And plus,
that's the issue, G.
McNuggets also pointed out that Evan is better going downhill.
Yes.
So, like, you get him in his best moment. He gets the pick, throw him the ball as he's going down. You have to step up to that. And then, boop, we throw the oop to Allen behind it or kick it to the corner. But if you just stand there and let him go, he will finish that shot.
It's going to be fascinating to see how they figure that out. Seriously.
If you got Mobley and Allen to do the fusion dance, Jared Mobley is one of the greatest power forwards ever. Jared Mobley is elite. What are you talking about, man? So,
Hey, G, can I give you a stat that's going to blow your mind real quick before we get to the next one?
yeah.
In the history of the NBA, ever, we're talking the history, the greatest of the greats, Jared Allen's third all-time in field goal percentage.
See, this is why we go too far. Yeah,
That's wild.
That is incredible.
64% for his career.
These last couple games, it just seems like they keep saying, Brad Doherty keeps saying, Jared Allen, 7 for 7, 8 for 9.
You want to guess who's 1 and 2? Both active guys.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
No, Giannis is up there, but he's not that high. Giannis is 30th all time. One spot behind Ben
Kevin
Simmons.
Durant.
No.
No, these are big guys.
These
are guys who just.
Nikola Jokic.
No, these guys don't shoot threes. If you shoot threes, you're not anywhere near this.
Andre Drummond.
Drummond is. He shoots too many threes now, not in the top 30.
They're both current players or active?
Zubac.
One still plays a bunch. One is at the end of his career, but yeah, active.
Zubac.
He's 6th all time.
Dang.
And by the way, 7th is Capella, played with James Harden, thrived under James Harden. Zubac, 6th all time, played with James Harden, thrived under James Harden. Allen, small sample size.
I was going to say DeAndre Jordan.
That's number 1 all time. Okay. 67, DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan, that's crazy.
And 66, you ready for this? Rudy Gobert.
Okay.
And Jakob Poeltl's 4th. Your 4 highest all-time field goal percentage shooters in the NBA.
My Lord.
Jakob Poeltl, Jared Allen, Rudy Gobert, DeAndre Jordan. All right, speaking of shooting and snipers, this is my favorite of all the 10 Fence Rider questions. From right now, from Thursday night till the end of the season, forget what they've done prior, from Thursday through the end of the regular season, 27 games, who will shoot a higher percentage from 3? Jalen Tyson or Sam Merrill? As it stands right now, Merrill is shooting 47.2% from beyond the arc. Tyson, 47.6% from beyond the arc. They are both in the top 6 of the most accurate three-point snipers in the league.
Both of them. Donovan Mitchell failed both of them in the three-point contest.
He did. This was close. Bull J and Dustin said Tyson over the rest of the season will have a higher percentage from 3. The rest of us said Merrill. Jason, why'd you go with Merrill? I'm going to make the case for Tyson at the end, even though I went with Merrill. But why did you go with Sam?
I mean, Mike, how did you choose between your wife and your girlfriend?
Yeah.
It was tough. and let me tell you, I feel bad about it.
Why did I choose Sam? I just think Sam's a better shooter still.
I do too.
It's really not any more complicated than that. Jay Tyson's had a phenomenal year.
He struggled though since James has gotten here.
That's a couple games.
It's 3 games.
I understand that, but I feel
He
like
came back here a couple threes.
Like it is what it is.
I just think
I
Sam's
feel like
better shooter.
naturally, that's what Sam Merrill is. A shooter.
Yeah.
I don't when I look at Jalen Tyson.
Jalen Tyson with James Harden is 4 of 11, which is 44%. So he's just shy of his season average.
Sam Money Merrill.
Sometimes it'd be years where in basketball people shoot a percentage and you'd be like, okay, maybe you was just hot that whole year. And
there's career years. That's the thing.
And I didn't think that Jalen Tyson was this good of a shooter. Like in my mind, I'm thinking like he has to cool down a little bit. Like you gonna shoot at this clip? Like he's like 1 or 2 in the league.
Did Ty Jerome have a career year last year?
I think he shot the ball super well last year.
He's also playing.
He's playing
awesome
well with
this year,
Memphis. I watched him a couple games ago.
Sam Merrill is just, to me, mechanically a machine. Mechanically, his form, the way he shoots, the release is quick, and he's one of them dudes. Like, if he gets hot, good luck. He could be one of them nights.
What did he just make 9 of them?
Yeah, it's one of them nights.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Good thing Mike didn't ask that question a couple days ago. Sam be off to a pretty good start.
yeah.
So the reason I went with Sam is when I think Kenny ends up splitting up the rotations, Sam's going to end up in the James Harden shift. And I'm calling them shifts. They're going to overlap, obviously.
I actually like that.
I think Merrill's going to end up more in the Harden shift because although he is a motion shooter and can come off screens, we saw him do it against Washington, he's also absolutely lethal with his feet planted. And Harden wants his guys to kind of be more standstill in the corner. I think Merrill, it just kind of fits that more because Tyson brings more off-ball creation and on-ball creation, so he'll be more with Donovan. And everyone who plays alongside James Harden has had incredibly good luck shooting because they're getting so many open opportunities because James Harden draws so much attention. So I just think Merrill is going to end up slightly higher, but that's no slight against Tyson, who's shooting the absolute crap out of the basketball. He's been incredible. None of us, including myself, saw him becoming this good of a shooter this quickly. The Cavs, for the record, did not see Jalen Tyson become this efficient of a three-point shooter this quickly. If the NBA did, by the way, he wouldn't have fallen to number 20.
Right.
He would have been a top 5 pick in last year's draft. If you redrafted the draft, Jalen Tyson probably goes number 4. No later than 4. You can make the case for him going number 3 in that draft. I just think the way the lineups are going to pan out, Tyson's going to be asked to do more with the ball in his hands, tougher threes. Merrill's going to get more easy threes playing alongside Harden. I give him the slight advantage. All right, last one before we pivot back and talk a little something else here. This was another close one, guys, and you mentioned it a little earlier, but from the start of Thursday night to the end of the season, those last 27 games, forget what they've done before, who will average more points after the All-Star break?
What I said.
Jared Allen or Evan Mobley? Tyvis, you said Mobley. So did Jason, G, Zach, and Jay, while myself, Earl, and Dustin said Allen. You guys were all in agreement basically all day on this one. So, Ty, why'd you say Mobley even though you forgot you said Mobley? I'll tell you why you're wrong momentarily.
Well, because Evan is if this team's going to go anywhere, it's got to be because of Evan.
You bring that back.
I think that they're going to try to help Evan establish himself. I think that I just think he can do more. Obviously, when you think about him with the three-point, I know his three-point shot's been down this year, but I think it'll come back because everybody that plays alongside of James Harden's numbers just go up. So I just only imagine that Evan Mobley's numbers goes up as well with James Harden. So with that being said, I just think he brings more to the table with the three-point shot. I think he could become a 3-level scorer again. So that's why I went with Evan.
Because Kenny gonna make it be that way.
That's true too. That's true too.
I mean, Jared Allen, you know what it is. It was good while it lasted, big dog. You know what I'm saying? When Evan Mobley come back, he just got more freedom, bro. They're never gonna come down and be like, J.A., let's get it popping. They may do that now, and he's still the third, fourth option now. Like, if you look at the options, am I tripping to say Jalen Tyson? is a higher option than him or Sam Merrill? Because they'll call something out of timeout for Sam Merrill.
Yeah, I mean, Jarrett. I'm curious to hear Mike's argument on this because Jarrett, to me, is he's just a role player.
Yeah,
he's going to get his. You're never going to run a play for him.
Nope.
And you're not really going to look for him necessarily. I mean, James Harden will, I guess, on pick and rolls. But aside from that, he's not a feature point of the offense. So, yeah, I took Mobley. But, Mike, go ahead with your defense.
Yeah, well, I think although Mobley's coming back and we're going to see some staggering of the two bigs, because the guards are going to be staggered as well, I think we're going to see Allen play the majority of his minutes as the lone big on the court. When he's the lone big on the court, he is by far more aggressive. He's playing alongside Harden.
Yeah.
Every rim-running big that's played alongside of Harden has had historically good seasons for them. I think Harden's going to force feed Allen. And we've seen over the last 5 games, starting with the West Coast road trip, and Kenny even said it, I think it was Wednesday against Washington, like, we have to make a bigger priority to get Jared Allen the ball early in games because then he gets more locked in, gets focused. That's not how it should be for the record. You shouldn't have to do that. Some players need that. They did it with Kevin Love when LeBron was here. Jason, you've talked about it a number of times.
Yeah.
I think the Cavs know for them to reach their ceiling, yes, Mobley has to get back to where he was, if not take a step higher. They need Donovan. They need James Harden to find a way to mesh. They need their role players and their shooters to make shots. But they also need Jared Allen not to disappear in the playoffs. How do you make a guy rebound and defend harder? Get him some easy looks early. Get him involved and engaged early in the games by running some plays. They ran the first play of the game against Washington for Jared Allen. I don't know how many times they've ran, and it wasn't a pick and roll. It was a design post-up for Jared Allen. I don't remember how many times we've gone through and seen them run the first play for Jared Allen. I think from here on out, and also factoring in that Mobley may only be on a little bit of minute restrictions early, that's going to hurt his
that
point
part
per game
is
average.
true. Yeah, if
I'm giving I think it's like 16-14. I don't think it's a giant stretch,
Yeah.
but I am going with Allen over Mobley based on a point per game basis, not necessarily the points per minute or per 36.
All right.
Yeah.
You got one more?
No, that was the
that
last
was
one.
it?
We're sticking Cavs. And, Jason, I'm glad you're here because we need you for any LeBron James topic, and we're going to get to that next. A quick reminder, though, make sure you like us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. We appreciate it all. In 15 minutes, the Orlando Ledbetter from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution is going to join us to talk Mike Rutenberg, what he brings to this Browns defense. Before we do that, there was an interesting quote from Donovan Mitchell about one LeBron James from the All-Star break. At the All-Star break, Donovan was on with Sirius XM Radio, was asked about Bron, the potential of Bron coming back to Cleveland, and Donovan said, and I quote, "As a Bron fan, to be able to be a teammate, that'd be special. It's LeBron James." Jason, there's been a lot of smoke around your dear friend LeBron and a potential homecoming in Cleveland.
We're like this.
At this
buddies.
point, does it feel like there is
Some
too
mans.
much smoke for it not to happen?
No, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion he's coming back. I think there's too many outside factors that have to line up. But I do think if he plays, we wrote this a couple weeks ago, if he plays again next year, I do tend to think that it will be back here. It's just I've seen this movie before. I've seen how this plays out. When he left Cleveland in 2018, just the signs were all there. If you were there every day, if you were paying attention, you knew how this was going to end. And then it started early with the Lakers this year with I can't remember now exactly whatever statement came out last summer about keeping options open or something like that. It was like, yeah, okay, I've seen this movie before. I know how this goes. So really it comes down to whether or not he wants to keep playing or not. And maybe I'm gullible and naive. I tend to believe him that he hasn't made up his mind. And I have a hard time saying that and admitting that because everything with him seems to be so I don't know if scripted is the right word, but strategically, mapped out. And it's now February 17th, and he still hasn't declared if this is it or not. And I do think that he does want the retirement tour. But yet I've talked to people who feel like they can see him walking away at the end of the year. So he has to decide, number one, if he wants to play next year. If he does want to play next year, it is a great storybook ending for him to come back here and finish it here. I don't want to see him on the Warriors for 1 year. I don't want to see him, on a random jersey. Like it should be back here. They have a chance to win a championship. It would be an unbelievable way to end his career. And I think I said this last week, that with some people, they don't care about the narrative and the storytelling, right? Like, it's just not – that's how you see Jerry Rice in a Seahawks jersey at the end of his career. And that's how, things that just don't fit together or whatever he was.
Raider.
Yeah. But I think Franco Harris spent his season with the Seahawks at the end. Like, weird stuff like that.
Jerry Rice played for the Seahawks, too.
And that's not how it's supposed to end for legends. But for a lot of players, I don't think it matters. They just want to play. They want to play as long as they can, and it doesn't matter where. With him, I do think that there is a part of him that would love the storybook ending to the whole thing, because I was there when they planned out the whole night when he came back the first time in 2014, and they had the thing at Infosys Stadium, and they packed the stadium just to scream and holler and say welcome back. And he's put the mic down and said, "I love you, I'm back." And he drops the mic, and the fireworks go off, and he does a lap around. It was like picturesque storybook. And so I do think that type of stuff matters. So if he plays anywhere next year, I tend to think it'll be back here. But there are some hurdles to clear between now and then.
Does he play on the mid-level exception?
Well, that's one of the hurdles they got to clear. Because
they didn't get under the cap.
I don't think he's come back on
the
minimum.
apron.
It's just my opinion. I don't think he's coming back on a minimum.
No, they gotta.
Will Bronny be a part of it?
Yes.
Yeah, he will be on a minimum.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Is Bryce coming out too?
So that's what I'm saying. There's obstacles to clear here, and there's the Cavs have a really good team, and you're trying to win a championship, and if it fits to bring him back, okay, great, but you can't start dismantling what you've built to placate a 42-year-old, 41, 40, I don't know how old he'll be next year, who's at the end of his career, who's not the same guy. I mean, nobody loves LeBron. I love him. Like I'm totally biased. I freely admit it.
I'm not biased.
I am totally biased. And I watched him the other night when they were here, and it's like, my Lord, that is not the guy that I covered. Like, he's old, and he's not the same player that he was.
Washed.
Yeah, I won't say washed. He ain't washed.
McNuggets.
But he's
LeBron is not washed.
But he's not the player that he was. So you can't start blowing up your roster.
Let me ask you this question. Is it more likely that LeBron, does it matter, say for instance, if the Cavs won the championship this year, does that deter or encourage him?
That's a good question.
Deter.
I tend to agree with Mike that it would deter, but at the same time, if it's what he wants, then that's what he's going to do. Because it looks like he's ring chasing, right? It looks like he's hopping onto the championship team.
KD.
Yeah, I would, if you make me pick, I would say deter, but I don't think that it's enough. I think he's still going to do whatever he wants to do. Yeah. He's done. He's in his 40s. He's done pleasing.
Yeah, he don't
people.
He don't have to play. You can tell in his press conferences now.
He's going to do what he wants to do.
I will say this.
City be on fire.
The way I look at it is, there's no way, and you know what, LeBron James is going out with a weak sauce. Just I'm leaving out of here on medium terms. I'm gonna walk away from the Lakers, go off into the sunset. You ain't got no farewell tour. You ain't get the Kobe tour. You ain't get the Mike MJ tour. And you know good and well, you got to get that tour. So at the end of the day, there's no way he could just walk into the sunset. And to be honest with you, I think he knows it too. Brian, come on, bro. We know it. There's only one other team you can really play for. Nobody else is going to respect that. And plus, the fact that you're 42, nobody's going to blow the team up like that for you. So here, there's a special thing. Even if they won a ring, I do believe it might deter him a little bit. But guess what? He's going to say, bro, I am the Cavs. What are you talking about? It doesn't matter who. Even Donovan Mitchell is very smart. He understands that even though the team is mine now, the Cleveland Cavaliers are essentially, it's still LeBron's. He's the most recognizable part of the feature of the organization. So I'm glad Donovan Mitchell hollered at him, and I'm glad somebody hit Jalen Tyson up and said, hey, Jalen, Hey, big dog. Yeah. Go ahead and retract that, man. I know you didn't know. It wasn't even say nothing. It wasn't even like that. We got you. Just go ahead and hit us. Hit us with that. We cool.
You got, in terms of Donovan, you got to remember he was at the Boys and Girls Club in Connecticut during the decision. Like, he was one of the kids in the crowd. When you didn't know that?
That's a whole Nike poster, Jason.
He was one of the kids in the crowd during the.
Yeah. Can you imagine the full circle Nike joint where it's Donovan Mitchell and he's sitting there and then he grows up and then it's Donovan Mitchell dropping a dime, but he couldn't do that because he's an Adidas guy.
They're
but
gonna
go ahead.
finish the season off. He's gonna pass him the torch.
I mean, there is like, it's already out there in NBA circles of Donovan, James, LeBron, and Evan on this team next year is the four core piece of the. I mean, I don't know if you call it
now that's a core four. That is the essential four. That is the necessitary. That is crazy.
So I believe Donovan when he says he would love to play with LeBron because he grew up as a huge LeBron fan, and it's funny because LeBron turns off a lot of people. He's very polarizing, and I think with stars today, even like there's some that don't want to deal with him, and there's some who love him. And I think Donovan falls in the category as one that would love to play with him.
I just feel like LeBron is seen as too much of a GOAT to not do. I feel like he will regret. If he didn't do the farewell tour, I think he would regret it.
See, there comes a point where it's like, what else do you have to accomplish? Go home. That's what I said about Tom Brady. Like, just go home and be a dad. And it ended up costing him his marriage. And I'm not saying this has nothing to do with LeBron. I'm just saying with Tom.
Yeah, that's good. See, you got to get. You got Jason Lloyd. You got different rules. If you say something, they're gonna rewind that.
Oh, dude, you got no idea. You have no.
You got good reviews. Like, hold on, no. We weren't doing that.
So I do think there comes a point where it's like, man, this part of your life, this season is over.
Brady's marriage was done regardless if he was playing or not.
I don't know. Well, we know how it ended. But at some point, like the season ends and like the season of your life ends, and it's time to move on and do something else. But then you get, like Joel Bitonio was talking last year about Joe Thomas told him, hold on to this as long as you can because when it's over, there's no going back.
Real quick,
Brady did it.
Hold on. Did Joel retire yesterday, by the way? Wasn't yesterday the deadline?
Yeah, nothing's come out yet.
Okay.
And I haven't poked around on anything on that.
Oh, it's a deadline to retire?
Yeah.
With his contract language.
Because it's a dead cap hit.
Dead cap hits and everything. They could have just pushed it back. Although I'm a little bit surprised. I mean, I'll be honest. I thought he would have retired. I'm a little bit surprised that hasn't.
Any chances?
One more?
When the season ended, I thought there was no chance he was coming back.
One more.
So, I don't know.
In terms of the LeBron thing, how interested do you think he thinks about in his pecking order and legacy? Do you feel like he feels like people aren't going to move him any closer to Jordan, so he's cool with that?
The die is cast. Even if he wins if he came back here and they won a ring next year and he's got 5, people have made up their minds on the LeBron. And it's such a silly debate because
you're right, because Giannis is better than both of them.
Oh, here we go.
It's a silly debate because there is no way to prove one way. Like,
right.
It's just your own personal opinion.
So you feel like that has no. He's free with that. He's just playing because he still wants to do it.
Yeah, I think he loves the game and he loves what the game has given him. It's funny because like he had a camera crew with him, and a couple of years ago there wasn't one with him this year, which I kind of thought that there would be when they were here. I didn't, but when he was here a couple of years ago, he had like his own separate crew in the locker room, and I wasn't even paying attention to them. And we started telling old stories, and I started lighting up some dudes that he played with. And we left the locker room, and Farden's like, that was all on camera. Like, did you not? It's like, we'll see what happens.
Well, we'll see. Hey, but 15, 20 years.
So, but they have hundreds of hours of footage that they haven't done anything with yet. So I don't know what they're planning on doing.
You just told me all I need to know.
Needs another.
He coming back. And by the way, listen, you say I tell him I said it. It was G. Bush, not Jason Lloyd. This is the key turning point. Why? If it was his farewell tour, you telling me he ain't got no camera people with him? Ain't nobody in the locker room now? Bro, he not done.
There are, but like he had his own personal set a couple years ago. And I never figured out, I never heard what it was that they were working on. Yeah. But and like you would think, I mean, maybe they were there and I just missed them, but I didn't see the people who were there this year were the people that you expect to be there, but I didn't see a special separate crew.
Hey man, he ain't even get.
So LeBron got his own camera crew, just like Shador.
Well, he did a couple.
That was funny.
Tyvis, you know exactly.
That was funny. That was funny.
You know exactly what you did.
It was. I want to say that was 2 years ago now that they were out, that I saw them.
Right.
I don't know what happened with it. I don't know.
City gonna be on fire. We're gonna be cameras
everywhere.
Hey, listen. Hey,
hold on.
Shador and LeBron.
Hold on.
Them cameras gonna be flying.
Hold on. If bro, you kidding me? Do you know what the city would look like?
And James Harden.
You know what the city? You might have to start going out at night again.
Pardon me?
I'm just playing.
He's 32
Hey, listen. You know exactly what you just did.
Exactly when you don't want to go out.
Streets is calling. McNuggets gonna be cooking though. McNuggets gonna be cooking. Hey, don't be coming up in here 11:15, McNuggets.
Give me the story. Just tell me what happened. I ain't going. Just tell me what happened.
Hey, listen. I need that separate text. Yeah, I need that separate chat.
Right, I'm gonna lay down right next to Lloyd every night.
My goodness.
Question for you guys as we wait for D. Orlando Ledbetter to join us here. If you had to say yes or no right now, Jason, do you believe LeBron is a Cavalier next season?
Awesome.
I know putting you on the spot, and it's way too early. This can change 100 times.
You know you can't ask him or Brian Windhurst that. They'd be going. They're going.
Brian and I are not in the same category.
Yeah,
don't do that to Brian. Don't smear his name like that. Yeah, I would say yes. I'd say yes.
I mean, I'm captain of the Kool-Aid Mafia. I've been drinking this cup of Kool-Aid with LeBron on it the whole time. Yes, of course. I mean, this is already written. I've been asking Jason when it wasn't comfortable. I'm like, tell me he's coming back. He's like, I don't know. He signed another contract, G. Bush. I've been doing this for 3 years.
I mean, I thought it was over last summer. I was like, I'm done with this. I'm done. We're done with LeBron. It's not happening. It's not happening. And by God, here we are.
Back again.
Tyvis,
is he coming back?
Yeah.
Okay.
No brainer.
And if he okay,
him and Bronny,
so
and Bryce, they're gonna draft him in the
whole
second
family.
Now, Missouri too.
Now the crazy part about it is
they about to get a volleyball team. He come down to Columbus Fury.
Will they have when LeBron comes back? Will it be a upgraded level of I would say pressure as it was the first time, or do you believe this time it's
house money?
It's house money this time.
Let me ask you this: remember when he was here and Ty Lue was the coach? Their practice habits was very laid back. Because I remember Kyrie was talking about it was nice to go to an organization where we practice hard.
You can't pay attention to that. 3/4 of what Kyrie says.
So he said, well, a lot of guys are old, so they had to cater to the old guys. Does Kenny switch his practice habits for LeBron?
No, okay. I don't. LeBron works. Like LeBron likes to work.
Okay.
He will work.
Okay.
And we sat on some of those practices where, I mean, I wrote a whole chapter in my book about the practice in Dallas the day of the national championship game when Kyrie was coming back from injury and he hadn't debuted yet. It was the year they won the championship, and they were at Mo Williams' gym. And
Mo Williams got a gym?
Yeah, he had like a little academy down there. And they didn't have showers. So all the players are sitting in the bleachers on their phones like practice is over. And they were getting mad because these two dudes won't get off the floor. And Kyrie and LeBron were just going and going and going and going for like, this went on for probably an hour. And guys were getting hot because they wanted to get back. They were sweaty. They wanted to get back. They wanted to get showered. They had plans for the championship game that night, whatever else. And I talked to him the next day about it in the locker room, and he said, like, we know the way back. Like, they could have left without us. We'll get a car. We can get back. They said, LeBron said, I don't remember the exact quote, but it was something effective. There's going to come a time when they got to trust he and I, late games, and I want them to know that we have put in the work so you can trust us in that moment. And then it was Kyrie who hits the game-winning shot, the three-point shot against the Warriors to win the championship. And it was like, there were so many moments burned in my mind forever. And that day, in that practice gym was one of them in Dallas, of watching those two dudes go at it. And LeBron said, "I'm not leaving without him. If he's out here, I'm out here." It was a cool moment.
So we're still waiting for D. Orlando. So I'm going to read a couple
Full
super chats,
circle.
and if he doesn't join us, we'll get to the topic we skipped a little earlier. But we'll do a couple super chats just to fill a few minutes to see if our guest will hop on. Bill Rodewald says, no to Downs at 6. I would rather trade back. Kizzoman 12 Brown says at 6, the only defensive players to consider is David Bailey, either receiver, tackle, guard, love, or trade down. He also says, happy birthday, Tyvis.
Thank you.
Get Murked by Me says, my first 500 at sectionals at C-State. It was great.
Hey.
The swimming thing.
Yeah. AJ's best friend, 500 is like distance swimming. It's long. It's like 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes. And kid swam it 4 times in his life and made it to districts.
That's crazy.
So
how many
as a
laps is
freshman,
that?
20. In a 25 pool, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So real funny story.
Hitting that flip.
So you got to have a counter when you swim the 500. You got to have a counter, and the counter is a teammate of yours who takes. It's a big sign. It's a big scoreboard, and it tells you what lap you're on. 1, 3, 5, 7, and you shake it in the water. You shake it up and down in the water, so that it shows you what lap. And then on your last lap, it's 2 red blocks. Okay. But you're never supposed to show them 19. You go from 17 to the red blocks. Because 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you don't show, if you show them 19, they're going to swim 2 extra laps.
Got you.
So AJ was Jack's counter, and he showed him 19 because he'd never counted before. So he made his best friend swim a 550. The first time he ever swam a 500.
That's
He
crazy.
actually swam a 550.
But
pretty funny.
why don't they just be like, no, you're done. The lap's over. You won.
Well, nobody realized it. Nobody knew that he showed him 19.
Even
They
the
didn't figure it
judge?
out.
The
No,
judge don't?
They're not paying attention to that. Like, they're just watching your form in the water and all that. They're not counting your laps.
Oh, so they're like,
Yeah. That's AJ, bad job out of you.
yeah.
kinda
So he got
crazy.
fired as the counter.
yeah.
But I think he's actually back now. I think Jack used him again. As the counter.
Arsenal VBC says, shout out to Jason for that volleyball hoodie. Great to meet you yesterday. Good luck to you and your daughter. Coach Dave from Toledo.
Yeah, the guy from Toledo. He's been a club coach for 30 years. He said he watches the show all the time. And I bumped into him at the Sports Force Park yesterday in
So
Sandusky.
he's not one of the people that hate you.
No,
Guess not.
there's actually a lot of people who actually like me, if you can believe that. I know it's hard to believe.
Rubinho says, happy belated to my birthday brother, Tyvis. Happy belated to you too,
Happy
Rubinho.
birthday to you. I hope you had a good day.
Eric Henderson says, hey, Tyvis, we share the same birthday. Happy belated. Hope you had a great day.
216, baby.
Chris Fox
Oh,
says,
yeah.
why is Trey Lance a better option than Malik Willis? Or why is he not a better option?
They about the same.
I haven't seen
Trey
Trey Lance
ain't-
play a lot.
Yeah. I mean, he
I
played.
haven't.
Well, the thing about the real reason is I don't think Trey Lance played in the regular season this year, has he?
He did in week 18 was terrible.
Yeah.
It was
So
terrible.
like a lot of his publicity came in the preseason where he lit the preseason up, and as you know how we feel about the preseason around here, it's
DTR was the coldest that ever
exactly. So that's why.
did.
Jim Carlton says the only way we draft an offensive player at 6 is if Barry wants to prove that Stefanski was the problem. Downs at 6, I'd rather trade back and get Tyson at 10 to 12.
Tyson really didn't drop in this draft or something for some odd reason.
Don't believe it. Listen,
It went from
it's
him
too
being
early.
like the number one guy. Now he's
There ain't no new games that happen.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, ain't nothing.
You know what?
happen.
We watching film this week.
Yeah.
We gonna find out. We
Jordan
gonna
Tyson
find
this
out.
week.
Yeah.
I'll be at the combine next week and see if I can poke around and see what I hear.
Yeah, let me
It's
see.
injury history.
All right, next one. Desmond Johnson says you can't be reaching for players with a top 10 pick. Draft the best player regardless of need or get out of the pick and get more assets in the future. Big Larry says, would Dallas do Pickens and number 12 for our 6th pick?
Picking.
I don't think
So you saying you want Dallas to trade us their number 12 pick and Pickens for our 6th pick? Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's
That's
too
never
rich.
going to happen.
Yeah, too
And
rich.
I
It's
don't
never
really
gonna
want to be in the George
Yeah,
Pickens
I don't-
business.
Why? Ty Monken was his coach.
Bro,
You got to pay him, too.
In Georgia?
You got Pickens and Judy. No, I'm just saying the
Pickens
level,
turned CeeDee Lamb up.
the level of business that you
Pickens and CeeDee Lambs was going to the casino and throwing up.
No.
And CeeDee Lamb's only issue is y'all talking about he can't hold his
But
liquor.
what you mean? He said they was going to the casino
Yeah, they was out kicking it, and
during the season.
Yeah, he threw up, and they asked him why you was that drunk that you threw up, and he didn't deny going out. He said the only issue he got is y'all trying to say I'm weak and I can't hold my liquor. I ain't throw up.
Nah, bro.
That was his issue.
Wasn't CD the one that took his phone out of his girlfriend's hand?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Yes, that was.
She does not have the code.
No,
I don't think that's his girl, though.
at all. I think she got let go. She got released.
Got put on waivers.
Listen, designated for assignment.
Did the Paul Pierce? He rented a girl for a day.
Give me that. Hey man, listen. The dread of losing your phone and that phone be laying around, you be like, "What the heck happened to my phone?"
Yeah, back in the day.
As a young dude,
nowadays, go ahead.
when you 20.
Last two super chats because D Orlando has joined us. He is in the queue. Chris Fox says, "Happy belated Tyvis, old friend."
Thank you.
And Acid Brooks also says, "Happy birthday, Tyvis. Go Bucks. We need you at Nickelback next year." And those are our
That's
super
funny.
chats.
Nickelbacker.
Now we are thrilled to bring in D. Orlando Ledbetter from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, who has covered the Falcons for quite a while and is going to give us some insight on new Browns defensive coordinator Mike Rutenberg. How you doing, D. Orlando? Thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me on the show today.
So what kind of problems are you causing down there between your new head coach and Baker?
Hey, Baker, hey, I just was tweeting out a story, man.
He don't want no smoke.
You know what? You cracked me up because I was watching the press conference. You said, "Hey, sorry about that thing with Baker." That was pretty good. But
It's
just obviously, we will get to Kevin in a minute, but obviously we want to talk to you about the new defensive coordinator that the Browns hired. There seems to be a lot of synergy right now between the Browns and the Falcons. A lot of people are swapping places here. What can you tell us about Mike Rutenberger? What should Browns fans know?
Yeah, he was Jeff Ulbricht's kind of right-hand man here in Atlanta last year and in New York. He kind of came up the ranks from the defensive quality control area and was a big part of, the Falcons improving their pass rush. When you talk to the players about him, they liked his energy. They called him Coach Rudy, like, the Notre Dame Rudy, but not Rutenberg. But a lot of energy, a lot of trust was built up in a short period of time between the defenders and Coach Rutenberg. So definitely was Ulbricht's right-hand man, installing the scheme and motivating the players to trust the scheme and to, play to a high level. He did a good job in his 1 year here in Atlanta.
Rutenberger, they talked about how he has a level of insight for all three levels of the defense, not just the, defensive backs, but the linebackers as well as the defensive line. What type of little nuances and things that you think that he'll bring to the wide nine defense with the Browns?
Yeah, I think, starting from the back end, shout out to my guy Denzel Ward. He'll have those guys coordinated back on that side of the ball, but it's got to be tied together with what they're doing up front. The Falcons ran a lot of stunts. They ran a lot of twists, involving the linemen and the linebackers to get those sacks last year. And it was coordinated with the coverage on the back end. And the linebackers also playing some in coverage. He liked Devon Diablo to cover the tight end. You have to stick some people in man when you're doing all those games and stuff. And they were able to get that coordinated well in the first, 3 quarters of the season. But down the stretch, they had to sit back in zone and not play as many games and stunts and blitzes and so forth. Because they, the coverage, they would have backups in there at nickelback and at right cornerback. So they were able to adjust. They were able to make adjustments. They were a little light up front in the run game, but, they took down Buffalo, took down the Rams late, but then struggled in some other games against teams they shouldn't have. But all around for the defense, it was a good overall season for them and Coach Rudy and Coach Ulbricht.
When you look at, Coach Rudy, obviously he's going to install his scheme up here with the Browns. We were talking about the nickel position. Is he more a safety body type at the nickel position, or is he more so a corner at the nickel position? Because I know he talked about the importance of that spot.
Yeah, he's more corner. They had the smaller, quicker guy that they handpicked out of Oklahoma. Boy, he was a safety, Billy Ballman, but it was a little safety, 5'8", 5'9". And he wants that nickel back to be able to stick in man coverage. He wants to be able to, so he can use his linebackers to do other things. But when Ballman went down, the nickel back they were trying to replace ended up playing their D Alford. And D ended up making him some money last year, playing that tight man-to-man coverage, taking away those two-way goals and so forth. So at least what he saw here was we didn't see a lot of big nickel. We saw more the small nickel with the cornerbacks.
What's the reaction been to Kevin's hire down there? I know it was chilly at first. What is it like now? And what is the thought that all of these Browns assistants from an offense that was fairly lousy last year are coming with them?
Yeah, well, it was cool, like you said earlier. Folks are warming up to it. This is the time for hope. The next big domino to fall will be what are they going to do with Kyle Pitts? A weapon that they drafted 4th overall. He hasn't really lived up to that hype, but he had a pretty good season last year. So today's the tag day. I don't think they're going to tag him right away. They can probably try to get a deal done. But they know they have offensive weapons. They're really excited about Coach Callahan coming in with a line that was pretty solid. Tommy Rees, everybody's kind of lukewarm on him. But Kevin likes him pretty, and it brought him with him to run the offense. So, I'm sure he'll have a big hand in that. But you got stuff to work with. You got to build around one of the best running backs in the league. So for John Robinson, and then what are you going to do throwing off of that to Drake London? So the fans know they got pieces, and Coach Stefanski does have a history of they point to the 2 playoff years. They forget about the other 4 years he had in Cleveland, but everybody just fixed on them 2 playoff years, especially the one where he had 5 quarterbacks and went to the playoffs.
It's crazy. Coach Stefanski just got there, and then they had the huge news break with James Pierce. And how has I guess the reaction been in Atlanta with the story, and what is ownership saying, and how they're planning on moving? Obviously, a big piece of what you guys do defensively. How has Coach Stefanski kind of handled it so far, and how do you think the organization will handle it moving forward?
Yeah, they just did the statement things. Everybody's saying that it's an ongoing case, and the regular blah 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 on that front. We haven't got any detailed information or any moves on whether he's going to counseling. What's his legal team going to look like? He's got legal issues more so now than football issues, and those need to be addressed. The case down in Florida looked pretty serious from all accounts from the police records, but we know sometimes sometimes the police records might not tell the whole story. So we're gonna wait and see and let that legal case take its course. And traditionally, they have not put up with any domestic violence violators. So, but they also have never had a pass rusher get 10.5 sacks in 1 year. So it's the Lawrence Taylor rule, he can play football, but he might not be the nicest guy. So you will see how that unfolds here in Atlanta.
Does Kevin have to win more than 8 games for it to be a success?
Oh, he's got to go to playoffs. Yeah, no, this is the champ went. They tied for the championship at 8-9 with the Panthers and Tampa Bay last year, and so it's the NFC South has been down. Falcons think they should have won it the last couple years, and they probably should have last year if they didn't lose to the Jets. But so his job is to come in here and push them over the top. the young defense, offensive weapons. He's got to fix the special teams, which cost him 5 games last year. Letting out kick returns and missing kicks. So,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. So it's a matter of taking over the Bucks and the Panthers in the NFC South. That's the only success for him. Anything else is going to be more of the same of the 8 straight losing seasons.
What's going on with Michael Penix?
Knee. I talked to him from the Senior Bowl, and I saw him out in San Francisco at the Super Bowl. He's doing fine. He's doing his rehab every day. Not running yet. He can bend though. He can bend the knee, left knee, but he appears to be in a good headspace with rehabbing because he's had to do it a lot. It's just a matter of getting that knee strong. The first one on his left knee, he had 2 on the right, and then the 2 shoulders. The 5 injuries, everybody knows about those. And he's got to come in here and impress his new coaching staff and show him that he can do it at a high level. Otherwise, they'll be back in the quarterback market.
Do you expect him to play? Do you expect him to be ready to go at the beginning of the season? Do the Falcons expect him to be ready? And on top of that, if he's not ready, you moved on from Kirk Cousins. What's the plan at quarterback in case you do need a bridge guy to kind of get you through the season or the start of the season if he's not ready?
Yeah, no doubt. They got to back that up here. We'll see that in the coming weeks when the new season starts. He told me in that Senior Bowl interview a couple weeks back that he was aiming for the start of the season. So he's fully shooting for that. Now, November 25th was the surgery. 9 months is the kind of early time for him to be back, which would be late August. They put him right a week before the start of the season, 2 weeks. So if he hits that, then he's okay. If not, then you got to go. Easton Stick's on the roster, and he played the exhibition season for him last year. I think they would try to upgrade at that spot.
I would hope so.
We got Dylan Gabriel for you.
Hey, we got somebody up here for you.
Left-hand quarterback.
Supercomputer.
Very accurate.
I'm telling you, bro. We got you together.
Really quickly.
Man, the ball get out of his hands.
Kevin's offense.
By the way, he know the way to the stadium already, man. I'm telling you right, man. Listen, I get him together. We can drive him.
I think some of those gigabytes got damaged last year.
I'll give Andrew Berry a call here.
Hey, Orlando, I had a question for you real quick. We're obviously in this Cleveland bubble. We see stuff from the Cleveland perspective. As someone who covers the league, covers a different team, what is the outside perspective of the Browns looking in? Because we obviously see the dysfunction up close and personal, and sometimes we may be a little too negative, but what's the outside perspective of this team?
Well, I'm with you guys. I went to Cathedral Latin. My mom still lives in Richmond Heights, so I've been following the Browns since the 70s. So I kind of follow like you guys do. But my friends get all when I talk about this is the year the Browns are going to Super Bowl. They're like, "Oh, shut up, Led." When my boys get together on Monday night, so I got Cowboy people. One guy, he's Jalen Hurts guy. He just follows whoever Alabama's got in the league, and then you got me, and you got a Raiders fan. So we all have been miserable for a while on our Monday night games, but everybody wants to, Shedeur was big for the Browns last year. My other guy, Doug, he's from Mississippi and likes the Saints. So, but he likes Shedeur and Dion and the whole Jackson State crew, and that folks were watching late in the season for sure to see what they could do, and I saw the Pittsburgh win, but the perception is they've been at the bottom, but they got some of the best players in the league, and Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward. It's just a matter of the ownership. The Deshaun Watson deal just blew everything up. And now they got to try to move forward and rebound from that. So that's kind of the perception of from people away from Cleveland that don't know the tradition and the great history of the franchise.
Hey, am I going to see you at Nikki Blaine's next week?
Oh, for sure.
We were there together a couple years ago. You probably don't remember. I saw you in there. We were in there together with the group, with a big group of people.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's where my guys know I'll probably be there for a little bit, and certainly will be planning on getting by there this week.
Yeah, great cigar bar in Indianapolis at the Combine. That's one of the, when you want to get away from the hustle and the bustle of the Combine, go to Nikki Blaine's. Yeah. It is a great spot. I'll see you over there, buddy.
All right, no problem. Look forward to it.
I appreciate you.
Thanks, Steve Orlando Ledbetter, columnist for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Yeah, we got to get him on. We got to get him on before the Falcons game. We got to get this, man, because
that'll be a big week.
Yeah, listen, be a big week. That's homecoming.
Week 1.
We can have
that's homecoming week.
They're gonna make it week 1.
We'll have multiple Falcons. We can have multiple Falcons on that week.
It's gonna be crazy. That week's gonna be nuts. It should be week 1 of the season.
It might be.
They're gonna put Falcons Bucks.
Bro, listen. There is no way. I'm telling you right now, they cannot lose that game.
The Browns?
They cannot do it. They cannot.
It's like when we went up against Baker.
No, you cannot. Any game. Look, we cannot do that. Can you imagine Kevin coming up here? Is it on the road?
It's in Atlanta.
It's in Atlanta?
Yeah.
It will be
right. I think I'm right.
Is it here?
No, I think it's.
I thought it was home.
I thought it was at Atlanta.
He gonna say if they win that game, Kevin gonna go to that press conference and say, "We finally started to play."
Yeah, it's home. It's home.
It's home.
It's home.
We started.
I didn't know that. I thought it was on the road.
There is no way. I cannot see Kevin in. He come here and get 30-something.
He ain't gonna say nothing.
He ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna be depressed. He gonna say the same Kevin Stefanski stuff.
Something.
He's gonna smirk, and G. Bush is going to
throw up.
Just punch his computer screen. Yeah.
Get the bowl trash can ready for Monday.
Wait a minute. Who else was there? Let me see that home schedule again.
And then I got one more super chat and one more thing for you guys. But this is the home schedule. 8 home games this year. So Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cincy, the division. And then the Raiders, the Panthers, the Falcons, the Texans, and the Colts. And then on the road, 9 road games. The Giants, the Jets, 2 trips to New York. Jacksonville, the Saints, allegedly in Paris.
I seen something about C.J. Stroud being on the block.
Titans.
I did too.
I don't know if he really is.
I did.
They putting CJ on the trade block.
I don't know.
But I will say this.
By the way, McShay did not shade him. McShay literally said, because it's a weak free agent quarterback market and it's a weak quarterback draft, I wonder if a team would call Houston and be like, hey, we'll offer you a bunch of picks for CJ Stroud. He never said the Texans are trying to trade CJ. He just used him as an example. He is not in the trading block. That's what happens when stuff gets aggregated without any actual context.
I will take a Falcons win over a Baker loss.
So you're cool losing to Baker as long as they beat Kevin.
Hey man, I can't.
Kevin's mortal enemy number 1.
No, Kevin week 1 is devastating because that means like he gonna come right back. I can't have him coming here and getting 30 points. That is not gonna look. No, not at the home turf. Baker, look that. I'm okay with seeing my older girlfriends do well.
It's the most recent breakup?
The recent ones, I got to work on those. Baker, you done already got married, you got kids, you good. I don't even remember what you really look like.
Well, they
like
beat Baker already.
That don't count. The Kevin thing, and not only is Kevin, they got the whole team with him. Tommy Rees, Callahan, Van Pelt. They gonna come in here with some nice looking black jerseys, sleek.
I get the feeling you're nervous about this.
But they got.
I think you're a little nervous.
They got offensive guys. They got weapons. What are you talking about?
I don't think people were nervous about Baker. Like that game was closer. I didn't think they were going to lose that game. I thought they were going to win that game.
York stole everybody's heart.
And so then obviously it got a little dicey there.
Baker had that game-winning drive. Guys, I got a super chat I have to read.
Yeah, go ahead.
G, you were here yesterday. Tyvis and Jason, you weren't. It's a follow-up from a super chat yesterday. Our guy Benjamin Sanders sent us a super chat saying he was watching from the hospital. His wife was about to give birth to their first child. We got an update from Benjamin. Baby Sanders was born last night, happy and healthy.
Awesome.
Do the Cavs need another undersized guard? He's ready to suit up already.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Congratulations.
My guy.
A round of applause to Benjamin and his
wife. Congratulations.
A happy, healthy baby.
Yeah.
A future I'm guessing Mark Price is his NBA comp. I know it's less than 24 hours old. I see a lot of Mark Price in his form. A lot of Mark Price in his form.
There ain't nothing better, man.
That's crazy, man. Like he was like
do it again in May.
You can go.
Ty, did you guys pick a name yet?
You got that name yet?
Are you finding out what you're having?
You finally got a
That's
dude.
right. I didn't know that. Man,
Typhoon.
Wait till you see Typhoon. Wait till you see
Typhoon Powell is such a tough name.
Somebody said I should do Tabasco.
Wait till you see the prices you're going to pay for U Sports. Just wait. You have to refinance your house to pay for
Are you going to
public school?
Are you going?
I ain't talking about school. I'm talking about all the private.
No, I'm not private nothing.
No, I mean the training, the volleyball.
He going to DeSales?
The gymnastics, the swimming. Oh, you can do all of it. You can teach them all of it.
He gonna go to DeSales?
No, he ain't going no.
He gonna go to Westerville?
Nah, he gonna go. I'm in Olentangy right now.
Oh, shout out to the Olentangy Commons too, man. Shout out back in the day, man. We used to go kick it. But that's you know what I'm saying? Shout out my dude Brandon, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dog.
Well, why would I need to? Hello.
All right. You
are you gonna let him play football?
Yeah.
With a name like Typhoon
he gonna play
Powell,
quarterback,
you think he's gonna be a golfer?
So you gonna make him? He gonna make play
I
quarterback?
would make 12 training.
All right, we'll see y'all in overtime in 3 minutes.